Hi, this is Munson from Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by the Indigo Girls called World Falls. And we end up cabling this on 3rd fret to kind of match the recording, but we're going to walk through a couple things in root position. And it starts off on our intro progression, which is kind of our verse progression, on a D major chord. And when we play D major, first finger goes to G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, while you're on Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 2nd finger and make that a D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E string on the 3rd fret and kind of get a D suspended sound and kind of say some things around the D chord. And actually, there's this cool little lick actually around the D that you'll kind of hear in the recording where you could start with first finger on the 2nd fret on the G, and then lift that finger off, and that's kind of a D major add 4, a D add 4 kind of an idea. Kind of going back and forth between those, or you could even hammer on into that, kind of taking the first finger and hammering on into the D chord from the D add 4. So it's kind of this 2 0 2 0 0 2 0 kind of an idea around the D chord. Now, another way to play your D add 4, though, if you want to kind of follow a different part here, is you could use almost like a C major shape. We'll talk more about C in a minute. But you could do first finger on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the G string or D string on the 4th fret, 3rd finger on the A on the 5th fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, that's another way to play D add 4. So you may want to think about that, and actually sliding that shape around through the verse can be very, very cool. And then from that D at the very end, we go to a C major chord. When we play C major, it's really that same shape we just talked about. We do first finger on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the A string 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, you may also want to think about lifting off the first finger and making that a C major 7, or adding in the pinky on the B string 3rd for a C major 9 and kind of saying some stuff around the C major chord. Or another way to play C major 9 is to do first finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A string 3rd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and kind of working that for your C major chord. It's a C major 9 chord, so you may want to think about that for your C, and that might make it a little bit easier to get from the D major to the C chord. And there's this cool little lick around those chords actually that you'll kind of hear in one of the guitar parts, where you could take the D major chord and kind of do a B string, G string, B string, and then add in the pinky on the high E for the 3rd fret on the high E, kind of a D sus idea, and then go kind of lift that off for back to the D for the 2nd fret, and then go back to the B string and the G string. So it's kind of this 3 2 3 3 2 3 2, and then we repeat that 3 2 3 3 2 3 2, and then we almost kind of repeat that with a 3 2 3 3 2, and then right when the E or the C chord happens, we can play an open E string, and then go back to 3rd fret on the high E, 2nd fret on the high E, open E, and then 3rd fret on the B, and then 2nd fret on the G. So if you wanted to kind of follow that line, you got kind of 3 2 3 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 3 3 2 0 3 2 0 3 2, kind of following that lick. But there's a couple different strumming options you may want to think about through the song. You could kind of work kind of an 8 down count. If you're starting out, this might be a cool way to do it, is to kind of work the D is kind of that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 D, and I'm adding a little bit of muting to that, kind of making that a little bit sneaky. C D D D C, or you could even try and kind of do that hammer on lick into the D, kind of using that idea. Try to kind of come to the C a little bit early with that idea. D, D, C, kind of anticipating a little bit. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the D and tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. So we tried that through that intro progression. You'd have a D, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up. Or if you want to try and anticipate that C on that last D chord, this is a little weird, but you could do the D with kind of a down, down, up, down, and then hit the C for the up. And then you might want to do another up, and then another up, down, up. So on that last D, you'd have kind of the D down, down, up, down, C on the up, down, up. So all together, you'd have the D, down, up, down, D, down, up, down, D, down, C on the up, down, D, down, D, down, D, down, C on the down, or a cool variation of that pattern you could use through the tune too would be kind of a down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. So you want to play around with that and kind of find a way that works for you. Or you could throw in that lick with that. Play around with that. And then we'll basically be repeating that for our verse until we get to our chorus part. And on our chorus, we start on the D major, but then we go to a G major chord. When we play G major, first finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, and kind of working that for your G major. And that might make that change from the D to the G a little bit easier, kind of leaving the 3rd finger in one place. So we tried that with our strum patterns. We have the D, G, D, G, D, G. Or you can make them look around those chords. D, G. And then we'll basically be repeating those parts until we get to our bridge part. And on our bridge, we go to an A major chord when we play A major. First finger goes to D on the 2nd fret. Second finger on the G 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now while you're around A's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift off the 3rd finger and make that an A suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret and make that an A suspended chord, so you can kind of say some things around the A chord. And you will hear this cool little lick actually that kind of happens around that, where you could start 2nd on the B, 3rd on the B, open E, 2nd fret on the high E, open E, 3rd on the B, 2nd on the B, open B, and then 2nd on the B, and then open B. So you want to kind of follow that line too, kind of 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. I was kind of digging on this too, working off almost an A7 chord idea for this, where you could take the A major and kind of lift off the 2nd finger and kind of have just the 2nd on the D and the 2nd on the B string together, and that's called an A7 chord. And actually you could kind of follow almost that same line by going up the D and the B strings. So this is a little weird. You'd be going from the 2nd fret on the D and the B string to 3rd fret on the B and 4th fret on the D string, and then 5th fret on the D, 5th fret on the B, and then 7th fret on the D and the B, and then back to the 5th fret on the D and B, and then back to 3 and 4 on the D and B, and then 2s together on the D and G, and then open B and G, and then 2nd fret on the B and the D. So it's kind of this cool little like 2s, 3 and 4, 5, 7s, 5s, 3 and 4, 2, open, 2, and you could even use that as kind of an A drum. And this is a little weird if you want to get it in with the strum pattern. You could start off with the 2s with kind of a down, down, 3 and 4 on the up, and then hit the 5s for the down up, and then go to the 7s for a down, down, hit the 5s for the up, and then go back to 3 and 4 for the down, up, and then we do back to the 2s for the down, down, and then hit the opens for the up, down, up, and then back to the 2s. And you can repeat that lick, or you can just stay there. Actually, I think they just stay there. So you'd have the 2s, down, 3 and 4 up, 5 on the down, up, 7s on the down, down, 5s on the up, 3 and 4 on the down, up, 2s together, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, And we end up doing that lick 4 times around the A major, and then we go to an E major chord. We play E major. First finger goes to the G string on the 1st fret, second finger on the A 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Or now while you're on the E, if you want to give that a little bit more bite, you could kind of lift off the 3rd finger and make an E7 chord. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd and kind of make it a little bit nastier. And you might even hear like a really, really cool bass line there where you go from the open E to 2nd fret on the low E string to lead into a G chord at the very end of the bridge. So it's a little weird actually. There's a couple different ways you could work that, but if we tried the bridge kind of with our strumming, we could work just the downs, kind of and try to follow that lick in root position. Or you could even just down, down, up, down, up through that part. Or you could try to work that other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 3, 4, 2, open, 2, and then after we do that 4 times, we go Now the weird part is to play along with the Indigo Girls, instead of starting on a D major chord, they're starting on an F major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 3rd fret, then now your D is really an F major, and your C major is really an E flat major, and your G major is really a B flat major chord, and the A major is really a C major chord, and the E major is really a G major chord when we get to that. So we could kind of kick it off a couple different ways actually. You might want to try one of those intro licks, kind of that 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 2, 0, 3, 2. Or you could kind of work that D idea, kind of working the D add for D, D, C. Or you could do the strum pattern. Or you could play around with licks around the strum pattern. And then from that intro, then we'll be going into our verse chorus, our verse part, which is that same progression. Now, one other thing you may want to try and add to the song too is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, or the down, up, down, up, you throw in a bass for the chord. So on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the G, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the A, you'd have the A for the bass. And on the E, you'd have low E for the bass. So we tried going through that first verse with basses. We'd have kind of that D. We're just kind of alternating between the D and the G. Now you can still kind of make up licks around that too, and if we tried that with basses, we'd have D with a D bass, G with low E bass, D, G, and then from that chorus, then we're going back into our intro part, so we're about to kind of there, then we'll be going into our next verse. It's kind of the same progression. We have now what you want to do is kind of play around with all these ideas, though, and kind of see what you want to say with the tune, too. There's a lot of different ways to kind of mix it up, too. See what you want to say with it, and then from there we go into our next chorus. Into our bridge part, and you could kind of work that as kind of that down idea, actually, and maybe you're kind of trying to follow those melody notes there. Down up, or even a bass down up, down up, with the A for the bass, working it that way, or even kind of trying that with your licks around it. Working it that way, or you could go to that higher part. This is a little weird because now your 2 is really 5, and your 3 and 4 is really 7 and 6, and then the 5 together is really 8s together, and the 7s together is really 10, so this is a little weird, but might be kind of cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 3, 4, 2, 2. I'm kind of digging on that hammer on 2, 3, 4, 5, there, then we go into our last chorus part. So end back on our intro part. And I think I really want to hear D at the very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through World Falls by the Indigo Girls. So good luck!